Hey guys, so I had a really busy afternoon. So at 12, my grandma, oh wait, no, not 12. At 11:30, my grandma picked me up and we headed to, oh, I almost said the location where we do that astronomy club thing, if you know what I'm talking about, up like in the city area. Well, it's not in the city, but it's like close to the city. Anyway, my grandma picked me up for that because, one of the astronomy club members who hosts like the whole thing, the whole club, sent out an email for it was called an annual statewide star party, and apparently it happens in every like state here and there. I didn't know that. I thought it was just our club that did that. Anyway, it was kind of last minute. I kind of told her last minute, but that I wanted to volunteer at the thing. So, she told us all to get here a little bit earlier to, set up shop. We already started to set up shop at the last meeting, which was yesterday. So, it's kind of like a two days in a row trip up there. This is a document to Mr. F, by the way, because he wasn't there. I don't know what is up with you, man. I'm just kidding. But you'd never seen my studio mic before, so here it is. Isn't it pretty cool? My cat destroyed it at one point. Well, not the thing, but like the cord. But we bought a new cord, so it's all good. And yesterday he wasn't there either at the meeting. I'm like, he's all about astronomy. Why isn't he here? Anyway, there was a lot of high school students volunteering in this meeting room. So I sat down and the host of the astronomy club started talking. The meeting begun. And we were just discussing which places we're gonna be at. Like there were stations that there were stations set up. So we were just trying to figure out what station we all want to be at. And we had to pair with a partner because there was just too many high school students wanting to volunteer at this thing. It was crazy. So she asked me if it was okay if I go to this station with this person. I was like, well, the only concern I have with that, this is so cute, by the way, because I was like all professional about this. But I said, well, my only concern is like I have a physical disability and I can't like jump, because for that, my certain original station, I had to like jump. Or so I thought. And she was like, no, you don't have to jump. Like, the kids only have to jump. Because I thought I was gonna like demonstrate it. So after that, I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that station. And we all got into our stations, and as she was explaining to us what we would be doing in our stations, when she got to my station, she explained. But I got to thinking, like, I have a learning disability. I'm not gonna be able to do this kind of math and like explain this, because y'all know I have a hard time explaining things. Only the Judaism failures know that one. And I think Mr. F, I'm not sure if he forgot or not. But for the rest of y'all, I told you about apraxia of speech in one of my first ever videos. I think it was around Christmas time. I had a cold. I was telling you about the idea that I had of this apraxia called apraxia of speech hat. Yeah, I think it's pretty dumb now, but yeah, still sticking with cool. So I literally asked the host if I could switch stations. I didn't tell her why or anything, but I was just like, hey, do you mind if I switch stations? So I basically like ditched my partner. And she was like, yeah, sure, who do you want to be with? And I pointed to this one boy, Mr. F. knows who this is too. I can't say it on camera because I don't know if he wants to be on YouTube or not. But Mr. F knows him. He's, to refresh your mind, Mr. F, he's the boy who graduated in 2024. That was in our astronomy club at school. So this station just required setting up a telescope outside. Not even pointing it at the sky, because it was cloudy. We were pointing it at something like really far away to get the kids' idea of like a telescope like picks up things really far away, like the moon and that kind of stuff. So it was just pointed at a shack. And the kids asked it was funny because the kids kept asking why it was pointed at a shack. Oh my gosh, the most embarrassing thing happened when me and my partner, that boy who was in our astronomy club, was out there. So I did a pretty good job like explaining everything. But this one time I was like trying to like explain it all, because the other boy I don't know, he wasn't really like with it. He was like playing on his phone. I was like explaining it, but I couldn't. So he jumped in and was like, he said something about like the shack or whatever. And I was like, I just ended my explanation with yeah and followed what he was saying. I was like explaining and then he jumps in. And after that I was just like yeah, and I quit explaining it because I knew I made no sense and it was gonna be harder for me to explain. Like if I went like further on with my explanation. So, y'all, that is the life of a person with apraxia of speech. Like, no joke. Mr. F, you'll be so proud of me. But because he knows that I have a telescope, a beginner's one, and he knows that I kind of like don't know how to run it. I don't know if he knows that or not, but I think he knows that. I don't know how to run it. And this boy's dad taught me how to run a telescope, so So, yeah, now I know how to run the telescope. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool because I don't know how to run it, and I feel like an idiot being in an astronomy club, not knowing how to use the telescope, or not. I know how to use a telescope, not know how to work and put together a telescope. At one point when we were out there, I went and checked on my grandma, and my grandma was sleeping in her car, and she stopped home, which was 20 an hour maybe, to grab some books. Then she came back and then she took a nap. That scared the crap out of me, by the way. And then we asked the boy's dad to take over the telescope station because you can't just leave the station alone. So we asked him to take it over. He's like, yeah, sure, why? And we were like, we're gonna get tickets to the planetarium. Right across the parking lot, because there's another building there. And he was like, okay, have fun. And we got tickets. We went to the planetarium. It was really cool. It messed with my balance, but it was really cool. Messed with my balance getting out anyways. I almost fell on a person too. Wait, actually I don't remember if I almost fell on a person. But I know I felt uneasy, my balance was no longer there or something. As I was sitting here watching the screen, it kept moving and twisting or whatever. And I felt really weird and somewhat dizzy because of all the motion, and we were staying still. It was the weirdest feeling on earth. Towards the end, I was kind of not doing my job. I'm checked out. I'm tired. I just want to go home. Even though I love it here and I love what we're doing, I'm just really tired and want to go home. But then I got over 3 hours later, and I'm back now. But Mr. F, you should have went. You should have went, man. How dare you? I'm just kidding. What is on my desk? No, I don't have ADHD or ADD or whatever. I just saw something on my desk and I was like, what the heck? I did not put that there. And speaking of I did not put that there, I have a plug-in for my Roku. I didn't even put that there. I don't even know where this came from. Oh, and by the way, before I go, no, you're not crazy. If you think you are, it got brighter in here. Anyway, I didn't tell you this already, but in my last document, Mr. F, he did end up seeing the eclipse. So, yeah, I was pretty bummed about that, cause we got nothing here. It was cloudy, really cloudy, almost I don't know. There were thick clouds too. I think it was raining that day too here, but in Mexico, it was nice. It was cloudy, which I originally thought he wasn't gonna see anything, and he thought that too. But apparently it was cloudy, but you could still see the eclipse through the clouds. I don't know how he did that, but he saw it, and yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Cause, yeah, the last time I seen it was when I was like, I don't know, but I think it was in like 2008, 2007, when me and my cousins would hang out all the time at my grandma's house. I wish I had more to add, but I don't. But, bye guys.